Puzder, your reaction, please. Former CKE restaurant CEO, come on in. What's your reaction?
I was really surprised that Wolf Blitzer did this. As you just said, he's not a bad guy. But this is it. Look, they lost. They no longer have the Russian collusion story. There's no collusion. The story last week or a week or so ago was that Trump was going to create a war with North Korea. Well, you know, the UN passed a resolution unanimously. China's on board. That's not going to happen. This is what they've got left, and they don't want it to die. But for Blitzer to do this, look, ISIS is using cars as a tool in these terrorist attacks. They've been doing, there were 2 attacks, as you said, as Liz said, in 2016. 82 people dead in Paris, 12 people dead in Berlin. They used them in London. They used them in Paris. And that comparison he made was ridiculous.
Thank you, Andy Puzder. Now, please stay there. The market opens shortly, and we want to bring you back for that. Sure. I do know Wolf Blitzer. He is a decent guy, but I'm truly shocked at what he said last night. That's a stretch and a half. Elsewhere, the AT&T Time Warner deal has reached an advanced stage, we're told. President Trump, though, threatened to block that merger.
He certainly did. October last year, saying, I'm very concerned about how much power is being put into one set of hands, as he said, with the giant teleco of AT&T and Time Warner. And let us not forget CNN under Time Warner. Right. We know what Mr. Trump thinks of CNN. But the report is that this deal is moving along, and AT&T says it hopes the Department of Justice will issue a report at the end of next month saying these are the conditions that we would like to see fulfilled in order for this to go through. But it appears, according to the Journal, that Mr. Trump has yet to put up a roadblock. We shall see.
We shall see. Of course, if it did go through, maybe one of the stipulations is that they sell off CNN. Maybe. I don't know that for a fact,
and that's
but maybe.
been rumored. Yeah.
Yes.
If that were the case, I'd be very interested to see what price CNN attaches to it. Just love to see that. All right, where are we? We are actually, the market's coming down a little bit more. Please remember, we were down, what, 1.2% yesterday. That would be 274 points. We're going to open down a little bit today. And stay with us, please. That market opens very shortly. We'll take you there for the opening bell. It's a big deal.
FoxBusiness.com, your portal to all the business information you need. Access all of our exclusive content, including shows, market news, tweets, live radio, and podcasts.
Today, we're out here with some big news about type 2 diabetes. You have type 2 diabetes, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. How does diabetes affect your heart?
It doesn't, does it?
Actually, it does. Type 2 diabetes can make you twice as likely to die from a cardiovascular event like a heart attack or stroke. And with heart disease, your risk is even higher. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. But wait, there's good news for adults who have type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Jardiance is the only type 2 diabetes pill with a life-saving cardiovascular benefit. Jardiance is proven to both significantly reduce the chance of dying from a cardiovascular event in adults who have type 2 diabetes and heart diseace and lower your A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration. This may cause you to feel dizzy, faint, or lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, and trouble breathing. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis or an allergic reaction. Symptoms of an allergic reaction include rash, swelling, and difficulty breathing or swallowing. Do not take Jardiance if you are on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Other side effects are sudden kidney problems, genital yeast infections, increased bad cholesterol, and urinary tract infections, which may be serious. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you have any medical conditions.
So now you know all that, what do you think?
That it's time to think about Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance and get to the heart of what matters.
Jacuzzi is proud to present our first ever safe bathing event. The Jacuzzi walk-in tub allows you or a loved one to take a safe and relaxing bath. Never climb in and out of a regular bathtub again. Our walk-in tub offers a low step-in threshold, fast drain technology, soothing hydrotherapy, and even a shower handle. Regain bathing independence with a Jacuzzi walk-in tub and enjoy spending more time with loved ones. Why wait any longer? During our safe bathing event, save $750 on a new walk-in tub. Receive $250 in safety upgrades and a $100 Visa gift card. But if you call right now during this program, we'll double the savings to $1,500, double the safety upgrades to $500, and double it to a $200 Visa gift card with your walk-in tub purchase. Going back to where it all began in 1956, Jacuzzi Incorporated was founded and the whirlpool bathing category was born. Jacuzzi's patented Hydra massage jets provide an unmatched bathing experience. Jacuzzi is proud to present our first ever safe bathing event. Never climb in and out of a regular bathtub again. Our walk-in tub offers a low step-in threshold, fast drain technology, soothing hydrotherapy, and even a shower handle. During our safe bathing event, save $750 on a new walk-in tub. Receive $250 in safety upgrades and a $100 Visa gift card. But if you call right now during this program, we'll double the savings to $1,500, double the safety upgrades to $500, and double it to a $200 Visa gift card with your walk-in tub purchase. A safe and relaxing bath is only a phone call away. Call right now to save double on a new walk-in tub. Call now.
Well, now, it is the day after the big drop, the day after 2 terror attacks in Spain, the day after all the Gary Cohn questions, and bang, it's Friday morning, and we are open, and we're open down 25, down 27, down 30, down 27. Okay, modest loss in the very, very early going for the Dow Jones average, down 32 as we speak. Okay, that puts us, by the way, on the verge of dropping below 21.7. That's where we are. How about the NASDAQ? We're expecting that to go up a fraction, and that's exactly what's happened. That is the tiniest of tiny fractions, but it is up. The S&P 500 on the downside, I believe, but not by much. S&P is down 0.07. So you got a pretty flat S&P, slightly higher NASDAQ, and a market, a Dow Jones average that is also pretty flat. It's ever so slightly lower. However, the price of gold, of course, is a safe haven investment in times of trouble, and now we're up at 1304 for the Dow, for gold. That's up $11. You know, like my American accent.
That was your Texas accent. Them gold in them there hills. So
Okay, well, I don't mean to make light on a Friday morning, but there you are. Some big retail names. There you are. Some big retail names reporting. Gap doing well. Stocks up. Ross Stores doing well. Stocks up 10%. Foot Locker, oh no, going the other way, down 24%. Who's with me on a very important Friday morning? Yes. Ashley Webster, Elizabeth McDonald, Andy Puzder, and market watcher Jeff Seeker. All right, Jeff, would you be buying anything now on this big dip?
No, it's not a big dip, and this market, it's had the longest win streak. This is only one of 2 markets in history that has not had a major correction, and as long as it hasn't, the market is trading on rhetoric that we're going to get things done in the area of tax cuts and deregulation. So I would say, for me to be willing to buy, we need to see a much more dramatic pullback than this.
Okay, so it's got to be a much bigger drop, and you've got to hear something positive from the White House or from the administration before you'll get back at buy the dip.
Yeah,
right?
this is a euphoric market based on psychology. The psychology of the market has been very good, but when the psychology of the market is good, that means that it doesn't take much to set it off. I'll wait till something sets it off and then evaluate.
Andy Puzder, I know you're not a stock market analyst, but would you buy on this dip?
Yes, I would. And I'll disagree with my buddy Jeff just a little bit. I think, number one, we've had a lot of regulatory reform. That means a lot to businesses, particularly small businesses. And you've got an expectation that there won't be an increase in taxes, even if there isn't a decrease. And people are hopeful there will be a decrease, but at least not an increase. And you're not going to see any more regulation. So there is some solid basis for businesses being optimistic, and I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. Okay. It would be wonderful if we could get tax reform done, but I think even if we don't, we've had reason to be optimistic.
I'm going to return to my point that I think the Gary Cohn story is the principal negative on this market at the moment. There was a lot of speculation that he would leave the White House. He's a very important guy. There you see him looking distinctly uncomfortable during the president's press conference. The White House turned around yesterday and said, no, he stays. This morning, the Washington Post has a headline that says he stays, quote, for now. And that's very different. So the Gary Cohn story is alive and well. You referred to it earlier, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, what investors have to understand is Gary Cohn is the linchpin for the economic changes that need to be made. He was on your show last week. He was very specific in wanting the tax cuts. He's been very focused. If he were to depart, and he has not confirmed this, but if he were to depart, it would be a very, very bad thing for the market.
Is he staying, Andy Puzder? You're on the inside of this. Is he staying?
He's absolutely staying. He wants to get tax reform done. He's working on getting the debt ceiling increased. He's not going anywhere. Look, what the Washington Post said about he's staying for now, you could say that about anybody in the administration. They're all staying for now.
Yep.
Gary Cohn's in. He's committed. He knows the president. Unlike most of us, if he's got a problem with something the president said, he can just walk in his office and talk to him about it. Gary Cohn's fine. Gary Cohn's going to be there a long time, and he's going to get these. He's going to do everything he can to get the tax code reform, to get the debt ceiling increased, and move forward on the president's agenda.
All right, with 4.5 minutes into the session, it's a Friday morning. Where are we now? We're only down 15 points. That's it. 21.7 is where we are. Now, the market took a leg down yesterday. Let's remember, we're coming back from a 274-point drop yesterday, down another 22 as of right now. Jeff, I have to lay this one to rest here. Is there any relationship of our market and our market moves to a terror attack in Spain?
Very minimal. I think the market will have an instant decline, usually with a terror attack, but it's usually erased. Unfortunately, what we've grown used to is pretty consistent terror attacks, and the market has been resilient through all of them. So.
Yeah, and we had news overnight that it was actually a second terror attack in Spain, and we're down 18 points. That's it. So I think that story has probably run its course. We are down now 16 points. Got it. 21.7 is where we are. Here's interesting. Look at the 10-year Treasury yield. Okay, we don't do much on this, but that is a safe haven investment, and money is pouring into United States Treasury bills. And that's why the yield is going down and the price is up. That's a safe haven investment, sign of the times. Applied Materials, very important company because they make the machines that make microchips for computers. That company is making money. I'll say it again, I think that is a leading indicator. Jeff, am I right there?
Yeah, because they're the primary manufacturer of components, and when you follow the components, you could always follow the end demand, so I think it's positive.
Big deal, and the stock is up 5%. Higher profits at Estee Lauder. Where's that stock this morning? Up 4.5%. But there are weaker sales at the tractor maker. Well, they make a lot of equipment.
Yes,
actually.
they do.
John Deere and Company. Weaker sales, oh dear, down $8. That's about 7% down. However, listen to this. This is a question for Jeff Seeker. You want to be green and fight climate change, do you? Then do not buy a Tesla. Morgan Stanley says building an electric car creates more CO2 emissions, and more CO2, I should say, than it saves. Jeff?
Well, you know, as I've made no hesitation in saying, the snobbery that's buying Teslas because they think they're saving the planet, they should look at these and realize that maybe they want to own a Tesla because they want to be cool, but Teslas are not saving the planet. When you have a story like this story, you realize that there is still a lot to be done in that arena.
That's true.
Don't be too nasty to the Greens, Liz, because they've had a hard time of it recently.
No, but they talk about delusional. You know, also it takes a lot of water to build these battery factories that Tesla's aiming at. But separate from that, there's also the electric utilities rely on fossil fuels like nat gas to deliver electricity to these cars. So Morgan Stanley, I think, has it right.
Give me 20 seconds on how you feel, Andy Puzder.
Hey, look, I think most of the electricity in this country is produced by coal. So if you're burning coal to drive your Tesla, it's obviously not going to help you very much. So, I mean, they're absolutely, all of this taken together, I would say, I like Teslas. There's nothing wrong with them, but I don't think you're saving the world if you drive one.
Ah, the voice of reason. There it is. All right. Listen to this one. This caught my attention. States and cities, some of them, have started to charge a Netflix tax to make up for revenue lost from cord cutters and video rental places. Okay, Who imposes the tax and who pays?
You pay for it, you viewer, and Chicago, Pennsylvania, and Florida so far are charging like $1 a month for each streaming, meaning each Netflix or each for Hulu, $1 each, thereabouts. 6 other states, you know how states like to copycat? If they see a tax, there's no tax they don't love. So we're looking at 6 more states considering it, including Alabama and Illinois. So these, these are the guys who tax and spend their way into a ditch, and they turn your cable bills into a really as irritating as gas taxes, gas prices
it goes on the cable bill, right? Ash?
Right, but is that $1 for Netflix and $1 for Hulu, $1 for Amazon Video?
So it could be
wait, you pay $1 for
$1 a month.
But for a Netflix and another $1 for a Hulu?
Correct.
You do?
They
That can add up.
separate taxes on each streaming.
I don't like that.
What's important to realize about this is a tax on the millennials. This is a way to tax the millennial income. Yeah. And also what the states are worried about, what the states and the Fed are worried about is all the old industries not being taxed too much, transfer to the new industries and hit the millennials.
Andy Puzder, here's your chance to, what was the word? Rant, if you wish, on taxes.
Well, how long is your show again? Look, there is a federal law that says you can't prejudice e-commerce. You can't prejudice these online firms. So if you're taxing them for the way they're delivering their product, the problem is it isn't that you can't have this tax. The cities can do it, and cities like Chicago, which are in desperate trouble, or states like California that are going to need a lot of money, are going to try and do this. But they can't do it in a way that prejudices e-commerce. So they're going to have a difficult time. They're going to get a lot of opposition from Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, who already pay sales tax, by the way. This isn't a problem with not paying sales tax. It's paying tax on your ability to use an e-commerce or online facility. And I think people will revolt at that idea.
It's another tax, and it will spread. Look at this. The Dow Industrial is right at 21.7. Down 40 points as we speak. It's right on the edge there of 21.7. I want to see the gun stocks. I believe that they did well after news came through of the Barcelona attacks. These are the gun stocks this morning. They went up yesterday. Only the ammo makers, and that would be, they're all a fraction lower this morning, but the American Outdoor, that is up 2%. What do you make of that, Sika?
Well, here's what's happening with the gun stocks. Anytime there's a terror attack, the traders trade the gun stocks as they move up and then unload them. I think they've appreciated so much during the Obama administration. I think to be buying them long term now makes no sense. And this is just the traders jumping in.
By the way, American Outdoors is the new name for Smith & Wesson.
Right.
I confused that. I'm sorry about that. Vista Outdoor, I believe, is the ammunition company. I think we got that right. It's 9:41. We've been on the air for 11 minutes since the market opened. Time to say goodbye to Jeff and Andy. Thank you very much for sterling work on a Friday morning. All right. Let's see now.